How you doing? How's it going? I'm gonna do a little walk today, guys. I'm in the East Village. You're gonna walk down St. Mark's, very historic street here. You can see the entrance of it right there. But we're gonna walk down St. Mark's. Phil, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Very, very polite of you. Anyways, before we start, check out the Patreon, guys. Extras on there. Maybe extra walks, I don't know, other stuff too. But that's how I found these things, all that. Also, too, like and subscribe now. So that way you get it all out of the way. You can sit back and eat your cheese pretzels or whatever the hell you're eating. Is that a thing? I don't even know. But we're gonna start. A lot of history in St. Mark's, man. This is like one of the most historic streets in New York. A lot of art, a lot of history. What do you think, Phil? Should we do it?
Yeah,
let's go. Come on. Oh, look at that. We got the light. What luck.
Perfect timing.
So I wanted to show you a couple things. So first of all, St. Mark's starts here, and it goes basically to Avenue A. We're on 3rd right now. This is 3rd. You can look down 3rd. That's where it becomes Bowery. The Bowery, sorry. And then here to the right, you have the Cooper Union. You have Cooper Union. That's the honors college here.
Didn't we talk about that in our last video?
We talked about it in a video. You're right, Phil. Many videos. But it was started by Peter Cooper, and it actually is free. I think they just recently made it free again. It wasn't free for a little bit because they spent too much money, and now I think it's free again.
Nice.
A lot of famous people spoke there. A lot of famous alumni. Jeffrey Epstein took classes there.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
That is not a accolade.
Yeah, that's a different type of list.
Yeah, right? Very exclusive, still very
exclusive. Yeah, it's hard to get in there, so I wanted to show you this too. This here. You can see the, so we're walking down St. Mark's, you can see the Hamilton Holly house. So this was actually where Eliza Hamilton lived after Alexander Hamilton was killed.
Wow.
But this house, you can see like a pretty little house and everything. This is kind of what the street was known for.
I know she founded a bunch of orphanages.
Who?
Andrew Hamilton's...
Alexander Hamilton?
Hamilton's...
Who's Andrew Hamilton, Phil?
Sorry.
Come on. No, well so interesting fact, so she did live there for a while after he died. But this neighborhood was basically, it was like, for the well-to-do, let's say. It was made for the well-to-do because the descendants of Peter Stuyvesant, who owned this land, wanted to make some money. And the city was spreading north at the time. This is early 1800s. And they owned it since the 1600s. I mean, Peter Stuyvesant retired out in the East Village in 1664 when the British took over New Amsterdam, made it New York. Hello. Duke of York?
Yes.
So yeah, so you have like these little houses, a bit more here, little older houses that kind of show you this is the Daniel Leroy house. These were made for that. It was like St. Mark, let's call it St. Mark's Place. The reason they called it St. Mark's Place because there's a church right around the corner on 2nd Ave called St. Mark's in the Bowery.
Wow, okay.
And they were trying to make it nice, you know? It was really kind of just farmland. So they wanted people like that to move out here, the Eliza Hamiltons of the world. So the neighborhood did change a lot, though. Oh, I want to show you. Wait, did I pass it? No, it's over here. No, we did pass it. Come on. I almost forgot to show you this building. But there were a couple things.
Is it live stream video?
No, this isn't live.
Why is it not live?
Because I don't know. I don't have it. I don't have live. Oh, great. Thanks, man.
Always fun people in New York City.
People want to get on TV.
Lots of characters.
This is TV now.
Yeah, right? It is true.
These are the high moms, you know?
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Here, let's cross here. I want to show you this. This. So this is a German-American Shooting Society. That's a Deutsche Amerikanische Schützengesellschaft. Sorry, but that was a shooting society. 1888, they built this. This was Klein, Deutschland, Little Germany. It's now a great bookstore, Village Works. You should check it out if you're in the neighborhood. But it was a shooting society because the Germans moved here. The Germans, and they kind of named it Klein Deutschland, Little Germany. In fact, this building here was built in 1833. And it was, then became a place called Arlington Hall. It was like an event space in 1870. It was built in 1833, a long time ago. And then it became the Dom Polish House, kind of for the same thing. But then famously, in late 1960s, this was the entrance here. to a place called the Electric Circus. This was Andy Warhol's nightclub.
Really?
That's right.
Wow.
And then in 1970, a bomb went off here, and they kind of stopped doing stuff. After a bomb goes off, yeah,
Yeah.
that'll do it. That'll do it.
Makes sense.
You see like Search and Destroy, this cool little punk kind of vintage shop kind of thing. You got Mahmoud's, which started in Greenwich Village, but this is another offshoot.
Yeah, it's actually not as good.
Here, let's cross here. I want
At
to
least
show
I
you
don't
something on
think.
this other side. Then you have here, this over here to the left, this little pink place. That opened as a, there's an interesting story. In April, I believe it was April 2012, sorry. 7-Eleven opened there.
Really?
Yeah, and in like a year and a half, it had closed down. And the reason was because the neighborhood got so pissed off that they started like a website, don't shop there type thing.com or whatever. People were like, this is insane. Why are you going to push out the bodegas and all that? And a year and a half later, it closed.
I
The
do
moral of
remember
the
that,
story is that you can push back people. Hello.
Yeah.
You don't go to these places. They won't stay there,
As we shoot a video in front of the closed down Gem Spa.
This was Gem Spa right here. You're right, Phil. That's correct. I did a video about St. Mark's, actually, where I stopped at different places. I didn't do this walk. I'm trying to give you guys the sense of walking around. That's the whole point of this. But this used to be Gem Spa. I talked to the owner. They closed down during COVID. Their rent was going to be made $17,000 a month. That's why they closed.
Insane.
Think about that. How many
Utterly insane.
how many egg creams you have to sell to pay that? It's not possible, which is what the problem is. People think like, oh, what's the problem? If let the best business win. But at some point, like, it doesn't matter how good you are as a small business, you can't pay that rent.
The only businesses that can are IKEA and,
Citibank.
Citibank.
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
And
They know what
Dunkin'
they're doing.
Donuts. Those are the only people who can pay those rents. So that's what you're going to get left with. So it's a real shame that people don't realize that's the big. It's not a free market in that regard.
What are
It's
you
not
talking about, Tom?
It's not the best.
market's fair.
Check it out. This is two as we walk. So I wanted to show you that's Ottendorfer Library, the first lending library in New York City. Oswald Ottendorfer, German, who opened that to cater to his people here, the Germans. Remember, the Germans were here mid-1800s. They started coming here and settling here. Remember, in 1848, there was lots of revolutions over in Europe, and a big one in Germany. That didn't work. So the people who were part of it were like, you know what? We tried. Let's get the hell out of here now. Which is actually one of the reasons why when they got here, they did the taking care of they wanted to stay up to date on their defenses and weapons and stuff. That's why there were shooting galleries and stuff, because they were very much of like the protect yourself against
things
the
might
government.
go down.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. But then they got here in like the mid-1800s, and what's interesting is at the same time the Irish were coming here for different reasons, the potato famine and all that. But they were down in the Five Points, which is over in what is today Chinatown, but further south. And the Germans were a little more well-to-do. They came over here, they were educated, it was political reasons a lot of people came. And so they settled a little bit out of that neighborhood, because that neighborhood was a dump. It was a pretty big dump there. So the Irish didn't have a choice, because they came over poor. I want to show you this. This building here was the location of Club 57. So this was, talk about like DIY spaces. This neighborhood, I told you, was German in the mid-1800s up until like the early 1900s. Mm-hmm. But in the mid-1900s, this area kind of fell into disrepair post-World War II. People leave the cities and all that stuff. You have here, 78 to 83. You have all these famous, you can see some of the famous names there. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Keith Haring. They would put on like shows and stuff here. It was like the basement of a little church here. And they were looking to make extra cash, so they rented it out to artists for very cheap, and that's what happened. And so, that's where you play, and you make your stuff. This is in the late 70s, early 80s, man. This is before they became super famous. And eventually they did. And
It's
then,
almost like affordability is terrific for the art scene.
yeah, it's almost like artists aren't the ones who have the millions of dollars to stay in places. And, wow, look, a film shoot. I wanted to show you this. So if you ever see these around the city, it means they're filming something, and there you got the project name, Biscuit.
Go check out Biscuit.
Yeah, check out Biscuit.
It's going to be a great show.
We're doing an endorsement deal with Biscuit.
Yeah. Tom Hanks.
Yeah. use code TOMDNYC for
Yeah.
$10 off your ticket to Biscuit. So yeah, then over here you have the Holiday Cocktail Lounge, 75 St. Mark's. This was actually a speakeasy starting in 1919. It got the name Holiday, I believe, in 1950s, but it was where, like, you name them, they hung out there. The Ramones, Madonna, you know, the artists also as well. Even Frank Sinatra was known to hang out there. But in fact, it was connected to this other place by a tunnel underground during the Prohibition era. I've seen the tunnel. It's their little tunnel. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yes. But yeah, St. Mark's is a pretty short street, not really that long. But yeah, we're gonna cross here. Look, I gotta close it off.
Yeah, it's brunch central now,
Yeah, it is.
unfortunately.
Yep. I used to live right on that street over there, 6th Street. I lived there for a few years.
Nice.
Where that McDonald's is. It was great, nice. Couldn't afford it anymore, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That was when I first moved here. All right, wait till these. We gotta like Frogger it here.
I
Get
know.
hit by a freaking bike. Come on.
Let's go yup it up.
So yeah, St. Mark's famous too. Like I was saying, this whole area was famous in the mid-1900s because it had fell in disrepair. The artists moved out here, especially because at the time Greenwich Village was kind of the it place. So a lot of artists go there, but it was getting more expensive, much more quickly than it was here. So they filter out to this neighborhood. They filtered down to Soho, and that's actually when it got its name, East Village. East, like Greenwich Village. But it wasn't called that before. This was kind of just considered the Lower East Side, really.
It's funny how the neighborhood names will change or shift,
Yeah.
and it's like, and it's all based on when you moved here
Yeah.
or were born here.
Well, and also what they're trying to do. So they try to like create this new environment, a new vibe, a new reputation, right? So like, for example, they try to do it for this. Sometimes they like, oh, well, this will be a new exclusive neighborhood. We'll make it cool to like live here now. It won't be like they tried to name Hell's Kitchen. They tried to rename Hell's Kitchen because it was too aggressive of a name. And they tried to name it Clinton, and no one went for it.
Of course.
They tried to rename Meatpacking District MIPA. Like,
I know, that was terrible.
so stupid.
That was
No
a
one's
bad
going to do
one.
that. This is a cool building. Check it out. This building here. This here is they call the physical graffiti building.
Nice.
So you see the little physical graffiti, the little tea shop.
Yeah.
This was the cover of the physical graffiti album, Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
I believe it was their 5th studio album. It was from like the mid 70s. It's the one with Kashmir on it. Kashmir was the song that Diddy remade for the Godzilla soundtrack. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun. Remember that? Dun, 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 dun,
Yes, yeah, okay.
dun-dun-dun. That was pretty good that I was able to convey it to you with just that.
You had to get to the second part.
I know. That was, but it was, yeah, he made it into Come With Me. Which I don't want to hear Diddy ever say that to me, I'll tell you that.
Never.
Or sing it to me,
I
frankly.
am leaving.
Yeah, that's my cue to get the hell out of there.
I left at 10:30.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was a physical. This was from the cover of. Geez, yeah. They actually had to cut one of the floors off of it to fit it on the album cover.
Oh wow.
And then also from Waiting on a Friend, the song "Waiting on a Friend" by the Rolling Stones. They shot the video there. So that closed off the street right now. It's kind of cool. You get to kind of just walk around.
Yeah, I don't mind this aspect of stuff. I just hate when it drains the community.
Well, and also it just gets super freaking expensive, man. It
that's
gets
the
super
problem.
expensive, and that's what makes the neighborhood like exclusive. Like if this was for everybody, great. But that's also
Exactly.
why people hate the like shiny condo buildings. Is because it's not because of the building itself. Is if the building was filled with all kinds of people who represented all walks of life,
yes.
no problem. But they represent something, you know,
A
bad.
type of life only one type of person gets
Yeah,
to live.
it's a symbol. It's a symbol of exclusivity. It's a symbol of like, you know, displacement or whatever.
It's a
So-
symbol of homelessness. That's
And
what
that,
it is.
yeah, there's a lot of homeless people here. A lot of homeless people.
Homelessness and loss of employment.
Oh, here you go. This is a Criff Dogs there, right here.
Yes.
And then Please Don't Tell. It's like a little speakeasy.
Yeah.
Speakeasies, by the way. Speakeasies were born during the Prohibition era. It meant, you know, you couldn't talk about it because they were illegal.
You had to speak easy.
But what ended up happening is that, you know, today they're not illegal anymore, obviously. A speakeasy just means you're going to be paying $22 for a drink.
Pretty much.
That's what it means.
It just means,
you
bar
walk-
behind a
Yeah.
fake door.
Yeah, exactly. You're walking in through a shelf at a bodega where you're paying $25 for a drink. But yeah, this is Avenue A now. This is
Al
kind of
Capone
it,
would
really.
be ashamed.
I know, right? Who's the real Al Capone is my question. The person charging $25 for a drink?
Yeah, right.
Or the...
Talk about a criminal.
That's right. Criminal enterprise. And also, too, check it out. You see the tiles and stuff on the wall? The tiles here.
Oh,
over
yeah,
here.
beautiful.
These here are made by a man named Jim Power. Although I haven't seen him out recently. He does have in health troubles.
We did that video with him.
We did. We interviewed him.
About 2
Yeah.
or 3 years ago.
Yeah, you check it out. Pretty cool. You can see all the, like, he does these. He did these for free. He would go around and just do them in the city on his own. And eventually people caught on. They're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But he was like a homeless veteran from the Vietnam War, and he just kind of hung around the neighborhood. In the early 80s, he started just putting up these tiled things. So yeah, this is Tompkins Square Park. We'll cross over there. But this is pretty much, you can take a look down the street. This is all St. Mark's. Basically 3 blocks. But like I was saying, all these famous people, you know, Trotsky used to work on this street, Leon Trotsky, Bob Dylan, all these people hung out, the Ramones. Trash and Vaudeville was a store that was right here. It used to be in the building, the Hamilton building, Eliza Hamilton Holly House, but it moved. That was where all these people got their clothes, the Ramones, Lady Gaga used to get her clothes there, Madonna. But yeah, pretty cool street. Here we're gonna cross. Come on. Get over into the green space.
Yeah. Show that beautiful park
Beautiful park.
with the serious rat infestation.
Yeah, a good amount of rats in there at nighttime. It's not the best place to be if you don't like rats. If you like them, come check it out. All right, we did it. Let's stay here, man, in the shade. Look at the little farmer's market, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man, we did it, Phil. Look at us. We made the walk of St. Mark's. Like we said before, I have a video about the history of St. Mark's. A little more in-depth, stop at the places. You can watch that one. But this is to give you a vibe of what it's like to walk around on a day where it's 105 degrees. I'm sweating, is what I'm saying. But did you learn something, Phil?
I learned a lot, man.
Did you? It was a short
I
one.
definitely did.
All right, well, good. That's all that matters. Yeah, if you liked it, guys, you know the drill, baby. Check out the Patreon, huh? Hello. That's how I'm gonna keep making more of these things. It's the only way I'm able to do these things, my Patreon. Pretty much. Gotta support, baby, gotta support. Also, too, like and subscribe. Yeah, it's a big thing. And yeah, I don't know, man. What do you think, Phil? Do you have any questions after all that? That was a lot.
You want to go skateboard over there?
Do I want to go skateboard? Do I want to go skateboard, he says. No, I don't. I do not want to go skateboard. I want to tear my Achilles tendon or whatever the hell is going to happen to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We did it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for making it this far. You guys should be, earn a gold star for sitting in one place for 12 minutes or whatever this was. Not looking at your phones. Or maybe you're watching this on your phones. I don't know. But I'm definitely rambling at this point. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. See y'all later. Hey. Sick.